He bled through his skin. You and I have never experienced that. He bled through his skin. He was suffering what you and I have never suffered, but his faithfulness to his Father was greater than his suffering. When we suffer pain, we go to the drugstore and we buy a painkiller. I remember once I had some dental work done, then the dentist gave me a prescription for, he said, be careful, this can be addictive, and he gave me this painkiller. Faithfulness to God is a painkiller. Let me explain. Remember the woman at the well in John chapter 4? Are you following me? Jesus had been walking a long time. He was hungry. He was tired. That's why he sat on the well and began this conversation. The disciples, verse 7 of John 4, went off into the village to buy meat. You know, sometimes God has to remove certain people in order to save other people. You didn't hear what I said. God may have to remove your friends from your life in order to save you. He may have to get rid of your boyfriend in order to, or your girlfriend in order to save you. And so somehow God removed the disciples, sent them off to shop, while Jesus alone tried to save this woman. Had the disciples been present, they would have got into Jesus' way. So he was tired. He was thirsty. He was also hungry. That's why they went to buy food. The lady left him, went to the village to give the good news. She had met the Savior. The disciples came back, so they crossed paths. The woman is leaving Christ. The disciples are coming. And they brought him food. They said, Master, eat. John 4:31. Jesus said, I have meat to eat ye know not of. In his desire to save this woman, his hunger was not a priority. Are you following me? I said, love for God is a painkiller. I was talking to a friend of mine who has 3 children. I said, wasn't the first birth painful? She said, yes. Why 2 more? She said, you forget. Just for love of this, you go 4, 5, 6, 12, 14. You just forget. There's something greater than the pain of childbirth is this maternal desire to have this child to love. And on that cross, what kept Jesus on that cross was love for his Father and love for us. His love for the Father and for us was greater than what he was suffering. That's what I mean by love for God is a painkiller. We're so focused on God that it numbs the pain. Let me explain further. There are people who have been shot and did not know they were shot. In the confusion of some event, they are shot. I'm not aware. Why? Because they were so distracted by chaos. There are people who've had accidents in cars with a broken leg and did not know until they tried to get out and walk. Why? In all the noise of metal crashing, it distracted them. They were not aware a leg was broken. Love for God should distract us from every other concern on the face of the earth. Peter, at that time, when he said, I will go both into prison and to death, he was not yet at a point where the master's will and his love for his Savior was great enough. That's why Jesus says, when thou art converted. Jesus knew where he was, but still loved him. My listening friend, I'll ask you a question. Do not answer me. Are you willing to die for the truth? Don't answer me.